people that's close. So there's a couple people that's like very close to me and stuff that work with me every day. And you know, first of all, I wanna thank my homeboy Elon and shit. He basically runs in the side of his ear right here and tells me, go to the slide, time them out and shit right before power. So every song I got like something in my ear that's calling all of this shit, so I don't like get burnt up by the pyro and shit like that. But I definitely think it's times where I like maybe a little bit harsh and shit on some of my really, really close friends that go, you know, the hardest for me. And, you know, I want to just point that out, because I can point out everything that someone else does wrong and shit, but, you know, you also got to point out shit that you do wrong if you realize that shit. You know, 2014 and shit, one of my things is the truth is not always directed at other people. The truth can be directed at you too. And I'm not talking about the man you too, I'm talking about you also. So also,
2250.
I think the other night, when we was playing music and shit, my boy, my friend, my DJ and shit, man, we was about to play Niggas in Paris and, you know, for whatever reason, technical difficulties, that was not the song that played. So I also want to point out, you know, anytime that I use any of my friends as a scapegoat in one of these situations where we like 15, 20,000 people, I never want to like play my friends or use them as like a way to get out of like an embarrassing situation and shit. So before we start this, you know, even if y'all don't even understand that, I want to definitely say in 2014, I want to improve the way I communicate with people like Elon and people like Venom, people like Mike D, people like Sakaya, people like Randy, people like Chris Garrett, to make sure that y'all all know how much I appreciate y'all, and that it wouldn't be no Yeezus tour. We wouldn't be able to do this every night if it wasn't for the effort that y'all put into this. Because y'all dedicate as much as y'all life and time into this as I do. And y'all made the decision to take this time out of your life and put it towards a movement that we doing together. And I just want to say I love y'all and I thank y'all for that. You know, because it's really about quality of life, right? You know, my flight, 2013, all this shit, you know, it's entertaining and stuff when I'm turning up and everything, and I know y'all want to see me get really, really excited and everything. But it's really about quality of life and making a contribution. So what I was like really upset about, whether it's I was talking about Nike, I'm talking about Disney, I'm talking about whoever, is that I want to make more of a contribution. I feel like I have an opinion that can apply to more than just one shoe released every 3 years. And I feel like the reason why I wasn't able to make that contribution didn't have to do with my reputation or with my talent or with what I have proven that I've done before. I feel like it dealt with reasons that had to deal with class, how to deal with stereotypes. Because if you think about the idea of being an entertainer and shit, you ain't never really seen an entertainer, and this is no knock to nobody before me, because if they didn't do it before me, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm about to do. But you ain't never really seen no entertainer come out with no clothing line or something that was respected at the same level as Ralph, at the same level as, you know, all these names we could name. And that had the longevity also. That that can live past their records. You know, I even heard a quote from Ralph Lauren one time before. He said, you know, I don't want to connect my clothing to music, because when that music goes away, my clothing goes away with it. A lot of times at this time, by the time we get to this point, people are asking me to take my mask off and stuff. Y'all didn't do it tonight, y'all respect it. But it's something about 10 years of performing on the stage that a mask, I felt like I had a new life. Have you ever felt like on Halloween you could just be anybody you really wanted to be? Yeah. Like you could just turn up. For some reason, all these girls and shit, they let the hoe. Y'all see them. But it was something about like this mask that like allowed me to be more free. Because it's something about this weird idea of celebrity where everybody wants you to be like they video game character, they avatar, so they want to control you through comments and shit. I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that, you know. And the most important thing is freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of mind, freedom of expression. The freedom to not be constrained by the concepts of your job or when what school you go to or your circle of friends, to be able to express yourself. To be able to say, I got an idea and I want to express this idea at the highest level possible. You know. So picture this. So I'm a celebrity, right? I'm a musician. And now for the most part, because of bootlegging and downloading, blah, blah, musicians don't make what they used to make back in the days, because it's different, right? So in order to weigh that out, you know, you gotta get sponsorships and all these things, right? And I ain't saying I'm opposed to that, and I'll take it, but you gotta be safe. You have to be safe, you know what I mean? There can't be no chances, that can't nothing go wrong. And at that point, you know, people start changing their lyrics in the studio because it's a corporate mentality. And when the music becomes corporate, it's the opposite of what music was supposed to be about. I know a lot of y'all here that y'all came tonight, y'all love the Yeezus album, and I know some people who like other albums more, like Dark Fantasy, and some people who like Graduation, and some people like Washington, and some people like 808, and some people who like Late Registration, and some people who like Cool Summer, and some people who like College Dropout. Everybody got like... But let me explain something, you know, in my 10-year career, when I made Yeezus, I had to make that. I had to experiment out loud. I had to dream out loud. I know how to put a hook in the front of the song, in the middle of the song, and at the end of the song. I know how to make a hit record. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't my goal. My goal was to make a hit mind state. My goal was to create something that if you dialed into that, you would be so energized that you felt like you could overcome the social boundaries that everyone deals with, the constraints of public opinion. That not just me, I'm not the only one that deals with it. Everyone deals with the constraints of public opinion. If someone walked to this concert right now without no coat on, because they was naturally hot inside and shit, they don't really get cold like that, public opinion would be like, motherfucker, it's cold outside, why don't you put a coat on? Meaning that everybody somehow wants to fit in. And it's something about the approach to the Yeezus album that let people feel it was okay to not fit in, because through those mistakes, new ideas can happen. You know, it's very experimental. I know how to start an album off. Any other album, I would have And I'm talking to you like we was just like if you saw me in the lobby of the hotel and we was sitting out talking. Mind you, this ain't really about entertainment. This is a conversation like being in the Livingroom and shit. So, any other album, I would have started with like Blood on the Leaves because that was like my formula. I always start with a certain type of infectious melody that makes you feel like you're just waking up in the morning. Look at it. You know, we started with drug dealing just to get by. Take your money till it gets sky high. We wasn't supposed to make it till 25. Jokes on you, we stay. You know, and then the next one I started writing. And I heard him say, nothing's ever like Tim is so hard away. So we was in the name of love, like Rob would say. Mike, then keep going, please. I could do every one of these songs to that melody. We did it. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, 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 hey. Don't say you will. You will. You will. Can we get much higher? Human beings in a mob. But what's a mob to a king? And what's a king to a god? And what's a god to a nun? Who don't believe in anything? Juice is minus one. Juice is minus one. Put your middle finger in the sky. Get your big things to the wall, to the wall, to the wall. Hey, you see what I'm saying? Blood on the leaves, leaves. I just let y'all in on something. That was always the formula. Meaning like, I know what I'm doing. So whenever I do something that you think I didn't know what I was doing that on purpose. To try some different shit. To just bend the matrix a little bit. You know the moments when Neo would just hit the screen and the whole city, like the building, just flex a little bit and shit. To push the fucking matrix a little bit. So the reason why I speak directly to powers that be, such as the head of Nike, head of Apple, head of Google, whatever, is because I can. That's a good enough reason right there, right? Because what's the worst that can happen? You actually get a shot? So, how many of y'all ever heard some of my interviews and shit? Ever? So what I'm going to do is, you know, y'all ever heard of Cirque du Soleil or Ringling Brothers and Bomber Belly or like Walt Disney and shit? So, all these people have managed to create things where they actually don't have to be there. They just create amazing pieces of entertainment that people go to see and they enjoy, right? So what I created 2 years ago that I talk about sometimes is an invention I created called surround vision. And basically what will happen in this, because I'm going to bring it to you by next year, no matter what. When I bring it, I won't be performing. It's just the next frontier of the way we will watch films for the rest of our lives. But I'm going to explain to y'all so y'all know I made this shit up. And I actually made it. How many of you saw Watch the Throne? I actually thought of it one night and Jay was like standing right over there, I'm standing on this part. And you know, we went up in the cubes and shit, we was on a Shark Tank and all that shit. And I thought of this shit. Cause you be in the movies, you know, you just got like one screen. And then they started this new shit, like with the surround sound, it's like it's around you and all that shit. Great. That's real innovative, great, good job. But what I basically created was where the screen completely covers the audience here. And the screen is also under the audience. And the screen that also covers the complete left side of the audience and covers the right side of the audience, and it's fully in front of you, and then it's bleacher seating. So when you look down, you see the lower screen. You look straight, you see the forward screen. You look up, you see the screen above you. So that means if it's a driving scene or a space scene, you're fully submersed in it with no 3D glasses. And I went in like, I shot this film and everything. And I took this and I showed it to a bunch of people. I showed it to the head of Disney, I showed it to the head of Universal, I showed it to the head of Google. And I said, look, you know, with a show of hands, if I was to make that, and I was to bring that to your town, a show of hands, how many people will come and watch that? Just because it's like a form of innovation, like it ain't no movie. And ain't no movie that's like that. And I will put it in arenas like this. And the music will be as loud as it is in a concert. Way louder, way more emotional than it is in a movie. So I just want to explain this idea to y'all out loud because, you know, for some reason, even though whether it's the Yeezys or any of these albums or these tours we put out, everybody loves it, I get a new idea. And I go and speak to the people that are in a position of power to help this happen, and they don't support it. So I want to contribute more to society. I want to make life easier. You know, I'm not trying to make shoes that cost $100 million. I'm not trying to make shoes that it's only 3,000 a pair that cost $5,000. I want every one of you to have a shoe if you like it. You know, and if you don't like it, fuck it, don't buy it, you know? But I just want it, and that's like what Adidas is doing for me right now. And I go to my office and it makes me so happy, and I'm creating this shit, and it's just like, I just can't wait for y'all to see this shit, you know? And it's not no opinion based off of the idea that I'm a celebrity, straight, black, male, American, loud, rapper, entertainer. So that means that I can't design clothes. Because there's a lot of stereotypes like that too. I'm gonna say something that's a bit arrogant, you know, it's good for my pocket, but let me explain it. I made this mountain, you know what I'm saying? I could design a dress and shit, you know? I'm sorry, but this mountain is harder to design than a dress. And it's harder to design than a pair of sneakers, you know? There's no disrespect. There's some people, John Galliano, that make dresses that are higher than what I would ever design. And in that case, I just work with them, you know? And I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, like I said all this like shit, so y'all can understand me, because I feel very misunderstood. But one thing I want y'all to do understand is, I'm just like Walt Disney. I'm just like Henry Ford. I'm just like David Stern. I'm just like Steve Jobs. That's my mentality. And y'all know that. Every one of y'all know that shit. When y'all see this, y'all know that shit. Yeah, I be popping my shit and it don't come off right. Sometimes I be too turned and everything. I'm loud and y'all be mad for me. You be like, hey, I wish you could just get it out the right way so I wouldn't have to defend you every day at work, you know, like. But y'all know that. Y'all know that. Only other person living maybe with Elon Musk or something, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know that. And everybody in the music industry know that. Ask anybody, they know that. The sound of music for the past 10 years, I created that. Y'all know that. How many of y'all seen Glow in the Dark? Montreal. I mean, when I first went on tours to these arenas, man, I opened up for a rock act.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to name drop. Okay, I opened up for U2 and Rolling Stone. And at that time, if you was a rap group, you had to have everybody together. You know, so it'd be like Jay-Z, it'd be like Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, Method Man, all of them, in order to do a tour like this. Now this past year, we had Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Drake all had tours at the same time. All sold out. Rap used to be so known for like bad sound, bad lighting, a bunch of niggas on stage, 5 mics and shit. I ain't talking about the source, I'm talking about like 5 people with microphones. For no reason. And now look at this tonight. That's what I'm saying. I saw what Daft Punk was doing with their lighting. That's what I'm saying. What's that jacket, Marshall? I saw that. I pinpointed that. Givenchy. Marshall, Alexander, pinpointed the talents that we have living. Directors, musicians, artists, photographers, stylists, creative directors, photographers, Photoshop artists, painters. I'm not saying I know everything. But I'm saying my mentality is more, how can we make a contribution to life to make shit doper for everyone, to make shit easier for everyone? That's what I've been saying this whole past year. It ain't about me. It's about y'all. And it's about us. So I know it's like I fight the media sometimes, and you know, and they catch me fighting. They might catch me with a black eye or something. But let's see if they print any of this. Let's see if they print any of this I said tonight. That would be surprising. And the reason why I feel like I can talk to y'all like this, because we've been in this for 10 years. So this is like a 10-year family reunion. And all of y'all give my voice the power. And I never take that for granted. And since you gave my voice the power, I will have the courage to use my voice whenever necessary. Whenever necessary. So I think it's time for us to have a toast. Let's have a toast for the douchebags. Let's have a toast for the household. Let's have a toast for the scumbag. Every one of them that I know. Let's have a toast for the jerk-offs that'll never take work off.